Okay. Chart option is not enabled. Hmm? Okay, let me share my screen. Terraform. Hello. A chart option. Okay. Let's go to Git Bash. CD Terraform. So day 9. Day 10 kada? 10 paiki. Okay, MKDIR. Day 11. What concept we discussed today? Let's check in the existing repositories. Provisioners we can discuss. So modules clear, right? Perfect. In this week, today is Monday. Next Saturday, I don't have any plans for this Saturday. I don't know at this time. We'll see. Okay. Provisioners. Interview point of view, this is important. Okay. Little difficult to understand. Try to understand. Okay. I'm just copy paste this code. The reason you can easily understand the code. I will show you. You can understand. Main.ef. VPC, subnets, internet gateway, route tables, security groups, ingress, egress. These and all you need, you know, right? So I'm just commenting this line. I'm not going to create VPC subnets and all now again. Okay. In this case, what should I do? Delete this. Okay. So default subnet it will take automatically. Yeah. Important thing is here, I'm creating key pair also. So far, we are all calling the values dynamically. Like AMI also calling from the data source. Subnets VPCs, if you are creating parallelly, we are calling. Our VPC subnet already created, we are calling through data source. So everything is dynamically calling except key. So far, right? Key name you are hard coding, right? This is my key name and all. But how my instance is creating now? New instance is creating. How to define key? Okay. Key also how to create. For example, first time instance if you are creating, what you can do? Create a create offer limit reached. I don't think so. The instance will not create. Just wait. Huh? Okay. Guys, if new instance I will create, what is the process here? Key pair. Key pair also you should create, right? If new key pair, if you want to create a new key pair. If you create a new key pair, the key will stored in the key section or not? And private key will be downloaded into your downloads or not? This is the process. But what I'm going to give, I'm creating a key from the Terraform. But the key value inside should take from this path. Understand? Key creating by giving my key. Okay. So this path is what? This path is what? Dot SSH ID RSA dot public. Which is public or private key? Public key. So inside my C drive, home directory means C drive. So I'm informed to key pair. You can create on the name of task, but take the value from here. Clear now? So now public key will create in the EC2 inside, taking of my key, right or not? So if I go to dot .ssh, so public key is what here? This one. It will create a public key by taking from here to and create a key inside the console inside. Clear now? Yeah. If I want to connect the server, I should give this key only, right now? Private key. Clear the concept now? So Terraform is going to create a key inside cloud taking my public key. So this public key stores into server inside only, right? So this key will be stored inside the server. Private key always with you, right? IDR set at private that you can give to connect a server. Clear the concept now? Okay. Now, if I create an instance, key name is there, right? How to call? AWS key pair example dot not dot id dot key name now. This is key name, right? So this is key name, right? Not id, right? So I'm calling this key name so that this resource, this local name, this key value by giving means this server will take this key only inside the server. But this key is exactly I'm giving from local. Clear or not? Giving from local. Yeah. Any questions? This block, if you not create a key, what you should do? Give the key, existing key inside the cloud. With respect to private key also should be with you. Then only this server you can connect from external. Clear the concept is? Yeah. Now we no need to worry. The reason I'm creating a public key by taking from my local laptop only. So inside my private key also there. Whenever I want to connect my server, I can give my private key also. Clear? Okay. Now we have a three provisioners. One is what? So understand carefully, not easy to understand. So try to understand. Provisioners. We have a total 3 type of provisioners. Local exec means local execution provisioner. Remote exec, remote execution provisioner. Next, file provisioner. Total 3 provisioners. Okay, what is local execution? Local exec means locally executable provisioners. I will give the examples, don't worry. Huh? Remote, so server end, directly server side executable. File provisioner means copy file from local to remote. Any file, if you want to copy from local to remote by using Terraform, you can use the file provisioners. Clear now? Okay, main.tf is there. Let me add. So for example, file provisioner, if I want to copy the file, so let me just, you can give only. I'm giving here file 10. Okay, hi, something you can give. Next, this file I want to copy from here to remote. Which provisioner? File provisioner. Next, inside my EC2 instance, I want to create some command. Inside EC2 instance, which provisioner? Remote provisioner. Locally, from the local, I want to connect the server. Which provisioner? Local provisioner. So here, local provisioner, remote provisioner, both are sound same like, no difference. But try to understand. Okay. So guys, remote provisioner or local provisioner, whatever it is, first we should connect the server, right? To run, to copy the file, to execute any command inside the server. So how to connect? By using SSH protocol, by using key pair, by using public IP, you can connect the server. Then inside, you can execute whatever you require. This is the process, right? In this case, the connection block, if you can see, clear or not? Terraform, this connection block run only Terraform is able to connect a server inside. If you want to do any activities inside the server, first you should connect the server and do it only, right? So this main.tf, creating a server, connect a server, do some activity inside the server. Clear now what I'm trying to say? So which server I'm creating now? Ubuntu, for example. That's what user is what? Ubuntu. Replace with the appropriate username for user instance. I'm using Ubuntu. Ubuntu server, AMI this is. So I'm using Ubuntu user. If it is Amazon Linux, ISO type and user. Which type it is? SSH, connection type. Private key required, right? See which path I'm giving now, private key? IDRSA. Why? Public key already attached to my server. So irrespective of private key, if I can give, I'm able to connect. Host equal to what? At this time, I don't know my public IP, right? Self, if you can give, by default, it will take automatically instance public IP. Self argument will take resource public IP. Clear now? At this time, I don't know my public IP, right? Self.public IP means self resource.public IP. So here, resource block inside, if you write self means that will be called this instance public IP. Clear now? Okay. Next, local execution process is what? Whenever provisioner local execution, command is what? touch file 500. When I run this process, one file will be created locally. Clear now? Okay. Now remote. File provisioners. File provisioner means what? Copy the file from local to remote. So which file? See, local file 10 is there, right? I'm going to copy from source here to destination where? Home Ubuntu. Home Ubuntu means user inside are going to copy. Destination your wish. Any directory if you want to give, you can give inside the server. Next, remote execution. Provisional remote execution means you don't need to specify any path. Remote execution means by default it will take home path of EC2 server. There I'm going to run what? Touch file 200 echo hello from AWS. Something I'm running. Okay. Clear till here now? Okay. So local provisioner means this will be executed locally here only. I mean, excuse me, locally execute here only. Remote means connect and execute there inside the server. Understand the difference? File, you know, right? Copy paste. Clear till here? Yeah. Any questions? Okay. So this is clear resource block. This is clear connection block. We have a 3 provisioners. One is local execution, one is remote execution, one is file execution. This is remote execution. Okay. So remote provisioner is nothing but this command directly execute inside the EC2 instance. Local means this command will run here. For example, MySQL database is there. You want to connect a MySQL database. What is the command? MySQL -h -u -p. Clear? So by using Terraform, if you want to run any script inside the MySQL, understand what I'm trying to say? In this case, my RDS is there only in the remote end. Okay. I want to connect from local and execute some script inside the RDS database. Clear now what I'm trying to say? In this case, write a connection block to connect to RDS database. And MySQL script is the right command. You can run in the local execution provisioner, for example, local execution provisioner. The MySQL -h-u -p command will run inside the laptop only. Right? So this is local execution. In this case, in your laptop inside MySQL should be there. Right or not? Okay. Remote execution means, okay, I'll show you directly, you will understand. This is my laptop, okay? So for example, I'm taking just example RDS. This is RDS. Okay. So my end test.sql script is there. If I want to run the script here, okay, what you can do, connect RDS and run the script. If you use the local execution, local exec provisioner, so the command is what? The MySQL command is there, right? MySQL -h -u, give username -p, give the password, okay, and test.sql. This command we can run, right? If you run this command, how it will work, guys? This command connect local to RDS. For example, RDS is public. We no need to worry about the connection now. Anywhere you can connect, right? Okay, let's understand. This is public. MySQL-H means RDS endpoint, username, password, and test. My question is here, to connect RDS, I should run this command or not? Where? Your wish. If you want to connect from local, local means this laptop. For example, leave about Terraform. MySQL already installed. MySQL -H -U -P. Am I able to connect or not database? Hmm? I mean, if I give correct endpoint, if I give correct username, if I give correct password, am I able to connect or not with this command? But one thing is very clear. This MySQL command should run inside your laptop. You should install MySQL. Clear or not? We should install MySQL first. That is very important, right? Otherwise, even if you run now, okay, mine. Let's go to Git. My end MySQL is there. Okay. If you run this command in your end, okay, very good. If you run MySQL in your laptop, you will get an error MySQL not found if you not install, right or not? If MySQL not found, how you can connect? Not possible. We should install MySQL first. So what I'm trying to say, if you do this activity, this command will run where exactly to connect RDS if you are using local provisioner like this. The command, instead of this command, if I give the command MySQL -H -endpoint and -U user -p. This command, if I put inside the local provisioner command, this command will run into where exactly? Inside laptop only. This is local provisioner. Clear now? What is local provisioner? But then what about remote provisioner? If you run the same command here, this command will run into where? Tell me, if I run this command into here, this command will run into where? Hmm? Very good. Inside remote EC2 Ubuntu. So in this case, this is my laptop. Understand difference I'm showing you here. This is my EC2 instance. This is my RDS. Clear now? So my Terraform is here. Inside Terraform, if I add remote exec, inside if I add remote exec block inside, this is added into local exec block. This is remote exec block. The request will go to where? Server, remote server. Okay. So this command will run here only. Clear or not? So this command run here means this server is trying to connect RDS. Clear the difference now, everyone? What is remote execution? What is local execution? Exactly, remote execution block will help to run this command inside the remote server. Local execution block will verify this command to run inside the local only. So this is local execution. This is remote execution. Clear the difference now? Where to work, where to use? Any questions? Any questions from anyone? Okay, then clear. File provisioning means here the file is there. I'm source you can give, copy, destination you can give. The file, for example, here is there. You can give this source, target, you can get different source. File provisioner to work, Source and destination only. You can give where the file is there, where the destination is there. That's it. Clear the difference. Then, frankly speaking, provisioners concept not recommended to work. I will tell you why also. Wait. Just entry point of view, very important. Why this is important entry point of view also we'll discuss. What is this command? What it does? Create a one file only. Where this file will create a remote execution. Echo hello from this is also Linux command. Where it will run same location inside the remote. Touch file 100 is not command to connect a remote. Touch file 100 command is to execute inside the remote. Remote execution block is to run this command inside the remote. For example, provisioner give remote execution like this same. Now if you do anything in the command, this will be run inside the remote execution. Local means local only. Okay. Terraform plan. No file exists. Why? Hmm? No file exists. Let's go to here. Okay, got it. Okay, I'll change the name, or you can give this name. What is the name? ID RSA public. Just I can give only a dot extension is not required. We'll get error again. This is public file extension, right? Here also give. Hey, I deleted. That's what undo command will play. Very important. ID RSA. Okay. Both are ID RSAs. But public, it will take this one. Private, it will take this one. Clear now? Extensions are there at type. We'll see if it will not work. We can add dot public. Clear now? How many resources are creating now? One is instance, one is key name. Clear now? Okay, remote execution is created, connected. What change you observe here? 5 500 is created here. Local execution I have given just this command. This command is created in the local. Okay. Next is what? Remote execution we need to test. File provisioner. File provisioner, file 10 is copied or not, we can check remote. Clear now all the things? Let's go to instances. Okay, not here, right? Creating, okay. This server when it is created. So this is Ubuntu, right? Okay. ls. See file 10, file 200. File 10 is file copy provisioner. File 200 is remote execution touch file 200. Cat file 10 high is there, right? See. Hello from AWS is there. Echo hello from AWS. Clear now? So this is provisioners. Any questions? Hmm? Any questions? Okay. Which block will execute first? First local, then remote, then file provisioner. Maybe. File provisioners, remote. Last. My remote provisioner is last. It executing last. Between file provisioner. Local is first. Okay. Yeah, I'm coming to that point only now. So why this is not recommended? Yeah, I'm going to say wait. Why this is not important in real time? Okay. The reason state file. If I give control F in the state file, I have created file 500 also, right? Any information is there? Any information is there? No. Then if I run again, the same command, what will happen? Hmm? Instance will create again? Instance will create again? No. Keeper will create again? No. What will create again? Remote execution, local execution, these will be again run. State file not contents. Clear? You are not getting any feedback from the remote 10. Whether file created or not, whether file is there or not, we don't know. Right or not? But remote execution inside, Server is running or not, you can understand. Keeper is there or not, you can understand. But inside post action means what? Server creation, okay. Keeper creation is okay. But inside server, whatever action you perform, right, that stateful is not captured. Stateful is not tracking those activities, so that you don't know whether the process is running or not. It's not a good process. Clear or not? For example, there is a script you are calling. The script should run particular time. If you run, script again run. Script already running also, it will be restart. So many actions. It's not the control of you. Clear what I'm trying to say? So stateful is not capture the post activities of, the actions, whatever the file creation, script running, whatever it is, that will be not tracking by stateful. So not a recommended this process. That's what Terraform is, only infrastructure as a code, not deployment as a code. Understand? Infrastructure as a code. Creation of infrastructure till okay, I'm okay. But later of it, I do something, I will connect server, I will do something means I don't know that. This is very clear, Terraform point of view. Clear? So when we can use the provisioners, if all options you verified, there is no any other option to do, then go for provisioners only. But we have so many actions. We have so many tools in the market, right or not? Why we can go for this process? We can use a Jenkins, we can use a Ansible, we can go to so many things. Python, why you can go for this process? As this is for only infrastructure as service. Clear what I'm trying to say? Yeah. So now, for example, I want to create a one EC2 instance. Okay. And after that, I want to run one script inside the EC2 instance. After that, I can get some response from the kind of dependency blocks if you write. Dependency means after create server only the script should execute. You are in some script is there, for example. Let's understand. My in Python script is there. Python, that is app.py. Okay, app.py. So first I'm creating a resource. First I'm creating a resource. Then I want to run app.py inside. Okay. So these two activities I want to perform inside the by using Terraform. Tell me which process we can use. App.py is there in the local Terraform directory. This script I should run inside this resource. Tell me. Create EC2. So can I use, copy the file from local to remote, and you can run remote execution or local execution. Local execution means Python should be installed in your local. Remote execution means in this server inside Python should be installed. Clear or not? Yeah. So kind of usage we will get if you can take a Terraform provisioners. Clear? Any questions from anyone now? Local execution, remote execution, and file provisioners. No questions? No questions? Okay, then no questions means then I'll close this process. So now the thing is here, this process and all, they're inside of instance only. So this local execution, remote execution, file and all tie with inside is it only. See, this block is started from here, right? And end it into here. Clear now? Okay. Let me delete. Oh, destroy, right? Next concept is null resource. Okay. Null means what? Zero. Empty resource I'm going to create. What is the use? This is also important in real time plus interview time also. Same like your provisioners concept only, no difference. Created into inside provisioners. Okay. CD day 12. Clear now? Okay. This is little interesting. Like some modifications we can enable on top of the provisioners to get some useful content. Okay. So the null resource, let me show you here. I think not here. Let's go to 7:30 a.m. So I'll give more tasks from today on the Terraform. You have to do it. Where is null resource? Okay, I forget to push this code that time. No problem. Okay, I have done this process. I think deleted right last week due to space issue. Okay, no problem. I will do it. Let me check 10:30 batch also. Okay, so here the thing is See the difference. If I use a null resource, for example, my intention is now create a database, inside database, run this script. Clear now? Create a database, inside database, run this script. In this case, first I should create a database, RDS, then connect, then run this one. Clear or not? Okay. So I think this is, right? DB creation process. Okay. Secret groups also there. Subnet groups also there. Okay. But now see here. Here I'm creating a null resource for what? DB initializer means again I'm using local execution script only. By using local execution, I'm going to run this command. Just now we discussed, right? I'm going to run this command to connect your RDS. This script is what? Connect RDS and run initial db.sql. So first, how many resource blocks are there here total? 2 resource blocks. Okay, you can remove this. By the way, it will create. Okay, keep it as is. Secret groups also creating. Okay, you just ignore this. Anyway, know the process. Subnet group also you know the process. You just ignore it. Here RDS is creating, right? After create RDS, this will run, right or not? After creating RDS, this will run. But this is which provisioner? Local. So this command will execute at the time of creation once RDS completed. Na? Next, it will connect RDS and run this script and exit Terraform, right or not? Whether script is created or not, will I get any information on the VS Code? Huh? No, right or not? Local execution, when I run, for example, before the local execution, if you can see, right? When I run this, is there any information we got, right? File is successfully created and all? No. The reason stateful is not captured this process. Clear or not? Stateful will give the only information. 2 resources created only. One is EC2 instance, one is key pair. But it is not giving any one file is created inside, one file is copied inside, one file is ran inside. No information. Stateful is not capturing that information, right or not? Yeah. And that too, this local provisioner should be right inside the EC2 instance itself only, right or not? Yeah. Now this local execution, I need to execute this script inside the database, right? But in this case, this script should be there inside the RDS itself only, same resource block itself only. If I use the local execution, right or not? See this local execution part of same instance only, right? If you can separate this local execution process from this EC2, okay, from this RDS, what we can do? Write a resource, null resource, separate this process from RDS, separate this process from EC2 and create a different resource. Understand? Create a different resource. What benefits we will get? We will discuss now. So if I add local execution inside the RDS, also this will work. Then why null resource? Stateful will capture. Understand? Stateful will capture resource block or not? Now null resource means stateful will give information. 3 resources will be created. 2 resources will be created. 4 resources will be created. Understand what am I trying to understand is, yeah. Yeah. And also, if you want to add any triggers means if you want to specify any special trigger, for example, particular timestamp, this server will run. Particular timestamp, this server will delete. Like that, we can give anything. Just post action something. So the null resource benefit is what? After creating a resource, post actions if you want to perform, we can take a null resource and add those are into. Clear now? Okay, let me take in ChatGPT help here. So local provisioner. Local provisioner versus local provisioner with null resource. Understand? Without null resource, with null resource. Clear now? This condition before null resource already discussed, right? If you add a null resource, what kind of benefit will get? Yeah. A local provisioner in Terraform executes the command on the machine running Terraform, not on the remote instance. Clear now? On the machine Terraform run means what? My Terraform is running on where? My laptop. So local execution is nothing but same execute in the same mission. Okay. A local execution provisioner is Terraform executes command on the mission running in the Terraform. Guess you tell me my Terraform is running EC2 instance, for example, inside EC2 instance. Local provisioner is what? Laptop or EC2 instance? Clear? Where the Terraform is running is a local provisioner. Okay. If Terraform is running inside EC2 means local means don't come into the laptop. Where the Terraform is running, there local provisioner. Perfect. Running local script or command before or after resource creation. Clear or not? So after create a resource, we executed a touch file command. And before also, whatever you want. Updating a local files, database and services. Example. This is what? Creating a resource. After that, by using provisioners, I'm going to print public IP of the instance. Clear or not? I'm going to print public IP of instance. So this public IP will show directly where the Terraform is running. Same kind of outputs. Clear or not? Okay. How it will work? Run a local command after instance is created. After instance created, it will run, right or not? After instance is created, it will give the public IP of the server because of local execution. So here no need to create an output right this time. Still you are able to print public IP of the server because of local execution. Clear or not? If I run this command remote execution, this IP will print into where? Inside server, inside only. Understand or not? Remote execution print public IP means if you check the logs, server logs, inside public IP is print. Remote execution means what? Inside of the server. Local execution means where the Terraform is running. Understand? Local provisioner with null resource. What is the difference now? Running independent script not directly tied to a resource. Understand now? This is tied with resource or not? This is tied with resource or not? Independently means I can Control X, cut this here, create a one more resource block here, a null resource, there I can run. Clear now? See. Running independent script not directly tied to a resource. Applying a custom triggers like file changes, environment changes, executing local provisioners condition. Same. But the difference is what? Independently run, not tied with an EC2. See now. Clear or not? Clear or not? So creating null resources. So this will you can run for any instance, right? Any instances are running now. 2-3 instances are running. I want to call specific instance. You can use the null resources. So it is not stick to same server. Why? This is stick to same server or not? This is running inside the same resource block. But this is independent block now. Understand? This is independent block. Anytime you can run by calling any service, any server. Okay. How it will work? The null resource is created like it triggers local execution. The trigger block ensures it runs again when any value changes. Kind of any conditions we can use. Clear? Yeah. So you can give different examples. Still, if you are not getting clarity, we will see one more example. It is giving same, huh? Yeah. Okay, let's take a give database example. Hmm. I think just now we discussed kind of thing. Okay. So now database is creating inside, this script is running. But if I use a null resource separately we can give, right or not? Null resource separately we can give. See this separate process we know if this trigger condition is satisfied, you can run this. Some different conditions again. Null resource by using after creating a database. If the database is matched with this schema.sql only, so it will trigger only by using local execution. Some different conditions. But now Terraform also going to be take care of this stateful also take care of this null resource, whether creating or deleting and all. But if it is a tie within the same resource information only you will get, not inside the local execution information. Clear? See, use the local provisioner inside RDS script run only after database creation. Use a null resource local provision if the script should run whenever the schema file is changes. Understand? So this is a schema file. Okay. If any trigger is what here, if any schema file changes will come automatically, it will trigger. It will trigger means null resource will run. Clear? Kind of things. See, if the script should run whenever schema file changes only. Kind of any conditions if you want to give, go for null resource. Okay. Yeah, we will be track upon the changes. Hmm? Yeah, you can. See now, bucket is creating, inside it is printing. So inside I'm using copy index.html into this bucket only. Clear or not? After creating a bucket, I'm going to copy. Local execution means this index.html should be there where the Terraform is running. It is going to be copy into this bucket. Clear? This is local execution. If I use null resource, see, resource triggers folder file website index.html. Provisioner is what? Local execution. S3 is sync. This is S3 copy also no problem. Sync also we can use. See now. Track the changes in website index.html using file MD. Okay. If the file changes, Terraform sync enter website directly to the S3 bucket. If any file will be changes are there, a trigger will run and execute this provisioner block. Kind of triggers we can use. Clear? Yeah. The main advantage is here, null resource is, would you like to give example in Terraform remote? Yes, give. Remote execution. This is without null resource, right? See, resource inside only remote execution is there. Here, copy the script into this bucket. But this script should be there into where? this server inside where www.html indexed HTML is there, right? Remote execution. So echo file upload into S3. Just this file should be uploaded into S3 bucket by using remote execution. EC2 also there in the remote, S3 also there in the remote. How to copy file EC2 to S3? By using remote execution after creating a server. Give this with null resource. Okay, instance is creating. See, I'm taking a null resource, again taking remote execution. So doing the thing. But now the thing is what? Trigger instance ID what here? After creating instance only, this process will perform. Clear now what I'm trying to say? Yeah. So why the reason is this is creating a different resource. This resource will execute after complete this resource. Understand? For example, if I put this into the same server, definitely Terraform will give the issue only instance is creating or not. Instead, we don't know whether this will perform or not. But now Terraform will give this also will run or not, right? Why it is also considering as a resource block. Clear or not? Yeah. But this how it will work? We are not installing any HTTPD. This file will copy only index.html only. We install any web server only. Now they are giving. Understand now? See, simply they are giving before this command, right? But where www.html when it will create after install sudo, right? Now see now. Copy from here. Go to the notepad. First is what? Creating a instance. After that, connecting instance and remote execution is what? Going to perform. These are all commands. Next is what? Trigger. Here, see, here how this trigger will work. This is public server, right? Clear the concept now? See, the instance ID is trigger set to EC2 ID. Okay. If the instance is recreated, for example, this instance is recreated. And when instance is recreated, ID will change, right? Okay. Yeah, here. So if the instance is recreated due to changing in AMA instance type, the instance ID also changes. When the Terraform detects the ID has changed, it knows previous execution is outdated and for the forcefully null resource also rerun again. Understand? So what happened without trigger? Without trigger, see, Terraform won't automatically rerun the null resource when the EC2 instance is replaced. Understand the point now? See, what they are saying, if the resource is changed here, for example, if you not place the trigger, If you not place the trigger, Terraform won't automatically rerun null resource when the EC2 instance is replaced. Why? Null resource is a separate resource. When it will run, when any changes are there in the EC2 instance, the changes are what here? For example, web instance ID's trigger is there, right? When this trigger will run, this null resource, when it will run, if any web ID here, one instance ID will create, right? Whenever you can create instance, this ID, any changes will come, again, this will also run. Understand? This will also run. That's what the process is. You no need to rerun again. Okay, let me show you to rerun this process. Copy. Null resource vi main.tf. So here I should do some changes. Terraform 9 null resource main.tf. A lot of things I need to change here, right? This is EC2 user is taking. Okay. What I need to do here? I should create a this resource block also, right or not? Copy. Okay. And connection block. First I'm going to work with connection block. This is what? IDRSC. Clear now? Connection block is clear. So you can give here host public self.public IP or instance web user, your wish. Next is what? AMI ID. No. Easy to write that is Ubuntu. Let's give AMI ID. Copy. Now key is what? How to call here now? AWS key pair at example dot key name. Clear now? This key name I'm giving. So task you can give double K better. Same key is there means will throw an error. Okay, so connection instance is correct. Now come to now. Null resource creating. Okay. Now bucket, right? Bucket should be there my end. So this is not creating a bucket, right? No resource uploading into bucket, right? Uploading into bucket means I should give any bucket name here. Lot of buckets are there. In US East one. Copy. So I'm giving here the bucket name is the different one. Clear now? Yeah, let's start the process. Date null resource Terraform. If it is a local execution, write local only here. So here these commands should run local only. So your laptop should be support to run these commands. Now how many resource blocks here? 1, 2, 3. If the without null resource, 2. Terraform is not validated as a resource, right? If without null resource. Now Terraform is validated null resource also like a resource. Right or not? This is the main advantage. Time already done now. Say 3. Right or not? What and all? Now you can see. Keeper is creating. Perfect. Instance also creating. Keeper also creating. Null resource also showing. See. Now Terraform apply. Now if everything is good means instance will create, inside Apache will install, the YAML file should be down, sorry, index.html should be uploaded into S3 bucket. See, null resource are creating right now. If something is error is there, na Terraform will fail here. Understand? But if without null resource, same script is there in the EC2 instance, na EC2 is creating, it will show EC2 is created. But inside the content is created or not, no, don't give any information. But now, if null resource inside, if anything is not working, na it will throw error. Understand now? Tracking as a resource your activity. That activity is called null resource activity. But now before condition provisioner, see here. Let me show you in the provisioners. So you added these provisioner blocks all inside the resource block. If resource are created successfully, Terraform will consider this is successfully executed, but it will not track these all the changes, right or not? But now these changes adding like a separate resource, but Terraform is not offer any resource to create a script, delete a script. That's what they're giving, simply one resource block for you, that is null resource, where you can use your wish. On which concept you can use your wish. Execute a script, delete a script. They don't know, right, which activity you are going to perform to give a resource block. Create resource, delete resource, modify resource, SQL script resource. They don't know, right? Custom actions. That's what null resource. You can give any activity inside that will be tracking by Terraform. See, done. Clear now? Let's go to S3. Now refresh. Yeah. What is the issue? But ID is created. Tell me what is the issue here? Unable to locate credentials. This is which resource? Remote or local? Huh? See the problem here. Remote execution means where it will be executed? Inside EC2 instance, right? Inside EC2 instance should connect with S3, right? In that case, instance inside role should be there or not? Right or not? So instance is unable to locate credentials means AWS S3 LS, if you can give the command from the EC2 instance, it will give unable to locate credentials. You can attach role or policy. But here I'm not giving any role and policy, right? So what I can do, simply, okay, I should create role and policy only. We can't do anything, right or not? If I try to run local, if I try to local, will work or not? Huh? If I try to run the, instead of remote execution, local execution, it will work or not? Keys issue will solve if I run a local. Why? Access is secretly configured. But M command will work or not inside? M command not found. Clear? So M install Apache HTTPD will throw an error. Clear or not? In this case, I'm going to give one task to you here. Just in this script itself, add IAM policy and role. Even if you can ask, it will give. EC2 unable to access S3. Role miss role missing. It will give IAM role also. Okay, attach IAM role. See, to EC2 instance. Copy, Control V. This is quite complex in the Terraform. Now instance is modifying, attaching a role. One to change, four to add, right? Let's now you can understand. Okay. Yeah. Trigger is if instance ID will change only, it will run. That's what now S3 is not updated. See, null resource are not executing now. Attaching IAM role instance ID won't change, right? That's why it's not running. Okay, I'll show you one thing. I need to change instance ID. In which case instance ID will change? Can I add availability zone block? Sorry, not here. Type, if you if you change the type, it won't do like that. Availability zone will change. Which availability zone instance is running? This is a server. Huh? Hey, come on, time is up. US East 1B, right? Now see the, you can understand easily now. US East 1A. If you do any changes, null resource are not executing. Null resource instead we are giving the trigger is what? If instance ID change only, this null resource will trigger. In this case, I have changed instance type. Sorry, availability zone 1B to different. Now see. Definitely it will be destroy and recreate. Whenever it will be recreate, what will happen? ID will change. The ID you are calling as a trigger inside null resource. So null resource also will execute. So now instance ID will change. Definitely null resource should run. We'll see whether it will run or not. See, null resource are running right now. Before case, only instance profile is updating. Only instance is updating, but not null resource, right? Null resource inside trigger block is there, right? The trigger block is means whenever instance ID will change only, it will run. So now I have given instance ID change condition, changing availability zone, definitely instance destroy and create, different ID will come. Whenever ID will change, null resource also will run. Clear when we can use a null resource now? Yeah. But if null resource are not there, if you add into the same block, what will happen? We don't know whether it is created or not. Instance only it will track, not inside the null resource. I mean, not inside the local execution or remote execution, right? Now we are creating this process as a separate resource. That's what Terraform is creating, giving update now. Perfect, right? Clear now? The condition is how to understand. Yeah. Meanwhile, let me push this code. You can try different examples, guys. Don't run same code, you also. Clear now? Yeah, that's all for today. Thank you. Practice null resource and remote execution today. Local execution also.